Hey guys, I'm Avish. This is the fifth video of .NET MAUI with Syncfusion control series. Let's quickly review our previous session before we get started. In the previous session, we focused on grouping the controls, advanced data annotations, and validations. We understood how DataForm component converts the data type to respective controls. To demonstrate that, we have created a gender property, which is an enumerator, and added it to the contact class as a property, and the data form control has auto-generated the drop-down control without explicitly declaring it. We then focused on enhancing the annotations by code and added leading view label icons using the input layout icons font file. I recommend you to view the previous session before proceeding. In this session, we will focus on using the other editors in line with data editor control. We have already covered text and password text box controls, and hence we will focus on multi-line, numeric edit, mask text, date, time, checkbox, switch, and signature pad. If time permits, we'll also focus on other controls. In the earlier sessions, we used a grid layout. The save button is located at the layout's end, and the data form control is positioned at its beginning. If we implement the signature pad at this time, the save button on the grid layout will be overridden. We can improve the grid structure and make it working by adding a column and row choices. However, to make things easier, I would prefer to convert it to a stack layout. I'll show you how to solve that issue as soon as we return to coding. But I would like to devote an entire session on the layouts. As a result, for time being, we will make the data form and signature pad function together by using a simple stack layout. Let's quickly review the MAUI layout options. In addition, I want to use MAUI controls to create an employee app or an e-commerce app, and we will provide you the entire source code for future use. We will take a deep dive into the layouts during this application creation. There are 5 different layouts available. Stack layout is a simple one-dimensional stack where the components can be placed either horizontally or vertically. In absolute layout, we need to mention the position and size of the elements using explicit values. The relative layout enables you to specify how child views are positioned relative to each other. The grid layout is used for displaying elements in rows and columns using row definitions and column definitions, and we control the layout using span and row properties. Flex layout displays child elements either horizontally or vertically in a stack. And flex controls the orientation, alignment, and adapts to different sizes. In this session, let's use simple stack layout, and our example perfectly fits the stack layout without any complications. Now that we are familiar with the layouts, let's move on to the coding and get it to work. Let's now make the address as multi-line. How do we achieve that? It's pretty simple. Let's switch back to the code here and add data type is data type dot multi-line text. That's all it is. Let me restart it again so that it reflects after restart. Notice that we have now 2 lines allocated for address, and it auto expands when we type in something. Let me demonstrate that to you. Let's say address. There you go. Let's now focus on masking the phone number, and mask text in Syncfusion provides a placeholder that is displayed when no value is entered. In most cases, this placeholder text is same as the mask text. Let's go ahead and add mask editor to the phone number. Remember, in the previous session, we have added code to represent the leading view. We will use the same data form binding event and enhance the phone number to be masked. Let me quickly show you the same. To achieve that, we will use the is operator keyword to convert the form item as masked text item. Let me quickly show you the same. Let me add the code as ampersand e dot data form item is data form masked text item. Let's say text editor contact, and let me add the mask text here dot mask equal to, let's represent this as hashes with a space. I will add 3 hashes hyphen and then 4. Let's run this application. Look at that, it is pretty simple. I can now add any phone number with masked properties. Let me do the same for mobile as well. Let me copy this code. Place it here, change it to phone, and we don't need any leading view here. We just need editor. Let's rename this phone and then same mask. That's it. It's pretty simple. Let me restart the application again. Look at that. The mask is not enabled for mobile. That means we have done something wrong. Let me switch here. I already have added data type phone number to the contact number. Let me go ahead and add it for phone as well and then restart this application. Remember, data type.phone number will work with mask text editor. That's the reason we need to explicitly specify it as a data type.phone number. Look at that. We have the masked text available now. Let me go here and add an empty label and restart this application so that the alignment of the phone numbers is proper. Look at that. We have masked text available for both landline and mobile. The next step is to make use of the DataForm's checkbox control. How do we go about doing that? A checkbox for a Boolean property will be automatically added by Syncfusion form control. Let me add a couple of Boolean properties here to our contact info class. So we have property here, property Boolean, and let's name this as sign up for offers. Let me add a display name equal to sign up for offers. Let's add a group name as well as preferences. Now let me add another Boolean property called send product updates. Name it as send updates and make this display name as send regular product updates. Let me group it under same preferences and let me run this application again. Look at the two checkboxes that lack a leading label. This is because the DataForm's text input property is enabled. Let's add a label to the code explicitly now. Let's add an else statement here. Else if e.dataFormItem.field name equal to sign up for offers, then let's use the same leading view except that it won't be a input font family icons. We'll remove this and we'll say sign up for offers. Let's run this application again. Notice that we now have the label sign up for offers here. Let's do the same for the other checkbox as well. Let me add another else if here for send updates quickly. I've also reduced the font size here. Let me restart the application. You should now see the leading view labels for both the checkboxes. Look at that. We have both the labels appearing for these two checkboxes. Consider a case when we want to change these checkboxes to switch controls. With a mobile device, flipping a switch with your thumb is easier than checking a box. Syncfusion offers a means to register a user control in order to accomplish that. Let's go to the constructor here. After initialize component, let's type this dot DataForm dot register editor and say send updates, DataForm editor the type dot switch. That's it. Copy and paste this and add the same for sign up for offers as well. Let me restart this application. Look at that. The checkbox is now converted to a switch control. Pretty easy, isn't it? Let's add a preferred contact number option, which can be done by utilizing the DataForm editor's radio group option. Let's add an enum property for contact options that is similar to the gender. Let me just copy the same gender quickly and make this enum as contact preferences, be either home or work, or let's make it as landline or mobile. And then let's add this property here, property contact preferences, so preferred contact. That's it. Let me put a display as display name preferred contact number. Let me register this. I got to copy this preferred contact, go back, register editor and make it as radio group. That's it. Let's run the application. Notice that we have the radio group right now over here, but the leading label is missing. In order to add that, let's switch back to the code and say let's copy this statement and make it as field name is equal to preferred contact. And we have another way. Instead of adding a leading view, let's say DataForm item dot layout type equal to layout type dot default. We can explicitly make layout type as default only for this DataForm item. Let me restart the application again. Look at that. We now have the leading label for these radio group buttons. We have now covered all the essential elements of DataForm. So I'll skip over the date and time controls because they are unnecessary for this form and are extremely basic. The next step will be to add a signature pad to the form before saving. Let's stop this application, go back to the project, right click and manage NuGet packages. Let me browse and install the Syncfusion MAUI signature pad. Search for that one, choose this. Let me install previous version, install the 37 version because I have the Syncfusion 37 version with me. Let's now switch to the XAML file, choose the Syncfusion toolbox and drop the signature pad here. Notice that it has added the reference for the signature pad in the content page class as well on the top. Now let's run this application. Before that, let me put the signature pad in a frame. It's a frame which has got a border color so that we can distinguish the form easily. Border color as red. Put some corner radius and height request equal to 100. Vertical options equal to end and expand. Let me run this application now. Look at that. The signature pad and the save button are overlapping with each other due to the grid layout. Let me quickly change this grid layout to stack layout. That's it. Save this and may reduce the height request here to 550. Look at that. We now have the signature pad not overlapping with the save button due to the stack layout. That's the reason I have mentioned it in my beginning of this session that will switch from the grid layout to the stack layout. Let's properly align the signature pad. Let me change the height to 600 here and as well as let me put a width around the signature pad to 150. Let's switch back to the device. Let me change it to 200 and look at that. The signature pad is now looking good. Let me sign it here. All right, this is perfect. This is working as expected. In order to display the leading view, the trailing view, the masked input, radio button in the checkboxes, we have written code changes in the code behind C# file. By writing the code in the client side, which is a XAML file, we may get the same result. In the following session, we will use XAML syntax to build a sign-up data form. Till then, thank you for listening and have a wonderful day.